The consensual history insists that all the events concerning the biblical patriarchs occurred precisely and exclusively on the territory of the modern Mesopotamia and Syria. Nevertheless, it is immediately acknowledged that as to what concerns the identity of the patriarchs Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, one can just reiterate that the information obtained as a result of the most fruitful excavations in Syria and Mesopotamia was extremely meager, or simply non-existent. One might wonder just how justifiable it is to search for traces of the biblical patriarchs in modern Mesopotamia. Archaeology as well as historical science in general can find no proof to the biblical legend about the Egyptian slavery of the Jews. The Egyptologist Wilhelm Spielberg tells us that what the Bible reports about the plight of Israel in Egypt isn't any more of a historical fact than the accounts of Egyptian history related by Herodotus. Anyway, it is clear that the research concerning the pharaoh under whose rule Israel moved into Egypt and left it represents nothing but the juggling of names and dates void of all meaning. Could an altogether different country be described by the name of Egypt?
This book will change your entire perception of history forever. What if ancient Rome, Greece and Egypt were invented during the Renaissance? What if the Old Testament was a rendition of events in the Middle Ages? What if Jesus Christ was born in 1053 and crucified in 1086 AD? Sounds unbelievable? Not after you've read History, Fiction or Science by Anatoly Fomenko, the leading mathematician of our time.